Alright, here is the document scanning setup with the software loaded up and a book as an example. I still have some documents or other things to scan to show off the multi-scan options. But right now, you can make your own boxes for scanning, or it will do it automatically. This, if you look down at the bottom where the mouse is, there is settings for image scanning, but also you can turn it into video. So if you turn it into 1080p or 720p, you'll get a higher frame rate. So if you want to show something on like a video from a top-down shot, you can do that. But the focus, if you were going to like show a book in video but you needed a high frame rate at the same time, the focus is maybe not enough of a high enough resolution, or maybe the processing is a bit lacking. But if you hold it up higher, it gets a lot sharper. But you can see also that right down here, let me see. You can see that up here gets a lot sharper when you hold it up, but it blurs, the focus drops off a lot faster if it's closer. So that's not really a solution either. So you do have to kind of keep it down low. But also, if you don't need that higher frame rate, you can put it into higher megapixel, and it is a bit more blurry, and the frame rate is quite a bit less, probably around like, I don't know, 7 FPS or something. It's pretty low, but you do get that better resolution for our top-down shots I'm talking about. And I'm just talking about that because they do have a mode specifically for showing off top-down shots to clients or students or whatever, and you can zoom in and you can show them a problem or something. It's a bit blurry. This camera is fixed focus. I'm bringing it up closer to the lens. It's fixed focus, and you can't make any adjustments or anything to the lens to get it, maybe sacrifice some blurring up here or something so that you can have a sharper image in the middle. You can't do that. You just get what they designed, which is, it works, but their whole top-down video thing I think needs a lot of work. There's drawing tools, so if you were doing problem examples for students or something, you can draw out your thing, but if you need to zoom in, oh, the image zoomed in too. That's not good. You can't, that's not usable. There's also a few other things, like there's a great magnifying tool, but it's a circle. So I would like to just show this paragraph, maybe just magnified, but it's a circle. So it's kind of more like a weird gimmicky feature, instead of, like, if it was a rectangle, it would be very usable. Instead of like reading it, that's just not. Anyway, so for top-down video shots, you might just be looking, it might be just better to get like a standalone phone that you only use for top-down shots, and then use something like Droid Cam, which works on iOS and Android to get top-down shots good. But anyway, back to the document scanner. As a document scanner, it works pretty well. You can take photos. It's very quick. I have it on the lowest compression setting, and it gets photos done nice and easy. You can load them up, and then you can look at it. It does a great job for photos, definitely. For books, you can line it up, and then in the top left, you can see that there's edge fixing, finger hiding. So if you like wanted to like pull it tighter or something, it'll take off your fingers, or it'll apply like a blur effect, or if it's in a white area, it'll put like a white block on top of it. But there's also curve fitting, so in the middle it'll curve this. So you can see right here, these words are pretty hard to see, but if you scan it, it will flatten out the curve right here. You can see when it flattens out curves that the numbers might get a bit darker or bigger compared to the rest of the scan, and that's okay. I've also noticed that the turning on curve fitting also slightly blurs the overall image. You'll actually get a sharper image if you're just doing a regular scan of each page, and it's quite a bit sharper if you don't do the curve. So if you don't need the curve, it might be like it handled this just fine. Did it handle the words over here? They're readable, but is this more readable? It's blurrier. It changed the like it almost made some of the letters bolded. Here's the uncurved. So there's a lot of settings, and you can really tune in. You can decide which color best reflects what you're trying to scan. And so there's a lot of tuning that you can do to get whatever scan you want done. And that's very easy to export. And then there's also barcode, OCR. You can just drop images in and then do that. Deleting images is super fast. You can just that and done. This is a saved image on the computer, and you can just delete it nice and quick. Gone. So that's super intuitive and very easy. Photo scanning is super easy. And then for the last thing, I'll show the multi-document. So you go up to the top left, automatic multiple, and then you can see it found 2 of the documents. If there's black in your document and it kind of gets edged like this, like if it matches the background, then it kind of struggles a bit for sure. Oh, we got a document. Okay, there we go. We got our scans. Pretty good. One thing I noticed is that out of all the colors, bright blue tends to do the worst. This like cloth right here, it's way brighter in person. And let's see how it did with this. Did pretty good. But it cut off the bottom here because it's black. So it didn't understand exactly. And you can do your own, if you do crop without pad. So if you're not using the black pad, then it's confused. But you can manually make your own. You can set it up, but it won't let you do multiple like this. So you only get one scan. And see, we got the bottom now. But I would like to just have 2 of these. If it can do it on its own for automatic multiple, so you have 2, why can't it do 1? I mean 2 of these manual ones. That's weird. I don't like that. It'd be a lot better if I could just do that, because sometimes it messes up for 2 documents, and I just like to fix it. And then if this one had it too, then I could fix it, and it would be 2. Whatever. Anyway, photo scanning, great. Scans 2 of them nice and quick. Photo scan will definitely give you the best resolution and everything. Best look. Right down here, it is set to auto for white balance, but you can change it. Let's see. Turn it up just a bit more. It's still, even with the white balance changes, it struggles with the blues. This is brighter. The shadows down here are brighter. Everything's brighter. So I'm not too sure what's going on. I can change the brightness a bit. There we go. Let's see. You have to apply, and you have to close this window before you scan again. Otherwise, it kind of breaks. You'll get this thing, and then it's broken. You have to close this first, and then you'll get your scan. Yeah, that's pretty good. But again, this is brighter in person. All the blues are brighter, a brighter shade. So I think that's about it. Photos, great. Multiple, no custom multiple. So you just have to kind of do that manually, but it does automatic. Watch out for if it has a black that goes all the way to the border. If you're using the black pad, then it will struggle. Books are great. They work pretty well. Just toss it open. Remember that you need to dial in your settings to play around with it until you really get your look. If you have, this book has a lot of very bright blue. This is way darker in the camera. It's way brighter in person. So you might need to customize some of the settings. It does have this light, so that's off. And the light does a pretty good job. Watch out for off axis light. It's very good at taking those bright hotspots on a page and removing them. When it does that, that is also where some of the blur comes from. If you can eliminate as many hotspots from lights as possible, you'll get a way sharper image. So be mindful of that. And I think that's about it. Also, maybe if you're scanning something and you can kind of sacrifice some of the edges or something, if you need a really sharp scan, you can bring it up, but you'll notice that the closer you are, the faster the focus falls off. So just be mindful of that. I don't know. It's pretty awesome. The worst features is probably the video, top-down video. If you go into top-down video mode, you can't actually go back and change the image. You have to, like down here in the bottom right, where you can change the megapixel count or the video resolution and frame rate. So we got low frame right here. If we go in and we're like, oh, let's do our top-down shot, you can't change it to the faster frame rate video. There's no option. You have to go back into one of these modes at the top, go down here, pick your video, and then go in. And yeah, so that's pretty annoying. The settings for the top-down video, I think, need some work. The writing, you can write on it, but then if you zoom in, your image goes smaller too. It gets all messed up. That's not how writing on like background works or anything. I don't know, that's weird. I've never had that happen with my drawing apps or anything. So that's about it. Oh wait, one more thing. Don't use the microphone. It's really bad. Here. So I've been recording with a separate microphone in my computer in OBS. I can easily switch to the document camera microphone. Listen to this. Do you hear that really annoying noise? Yeah, that comes from the document scanner microphone. When you're looking at the microphone, you can see there's like two dots. I'm guessing those are, maybe it's using two microphones, maybe it's just for aesthetics. I'm not too sure, like two beamforming microphones or something, but it sounds terrible. There's a horrible noise. It peaks the whole time in my recordings, and it's just really annoying. The microphone itself is a bit quiet. You can get closer to it. Here I just got closer, but it's really, it's a terrible microphone. Please use something else. And then this is back to the normal microphone that I was using. Alright, that's it.